As you said this morning, that when you have success against teams like this, you prevent them from getting to their game. Did they just get to their game too often tonight?
Well, yeah, that's a real good hockey team. They're fast, really fast. They're quick, and they're heavy. Their D can skate, so you're not allowed to make mistakes, and you got to compete for every single puck. But they were way faster than us tonight, and you can tell why that team is contending for and hoping for a long run in the playoffs. That's a real good hockey team.
Does it get to the point where when they're playing like that you feel like you can't make any mistake, you almost need to have a perfect game?
Yeah, exactly. You can't turn pucks over. You have to block. So in the third period, we blocked more shots, but in the second, we didn't. There was a lot of shots on net against us. But breaking plays, killing plays in the D zone so we can break out. But again, heavy team up front and fast. And MacKinnon plays, 25 minutes or 20 minutes plus, and he doesn't seem tired at all. So that's they're elite. Like that's so far, I think that's the best team we've seen.
And they made it very difficult to create your own opportunities tonight too. Is that just the defensive part of it you're speaking of?
They're quick and fast, and they're heavy, so you don't have much time when you have the puck. And they're competing hard, so they have all the components that you need to have. Culture is right. They're well coached. They play well. They compete hard. The way they've been built, quite interesting to see them play.
The goal that was disallowed obviously would have been important because it got you back to within one, but how important could it have been for that line, for Ronkov's line, that's really trying to find some chemistry amongst themselves right now?
Yeah, that would have been a big goal for us. That would have made it a little bit closer. But it was, when I looked at the replay, it was a hand pass. Obviously, anytime a line scores a goal, gives them a little bit of confidence.
Do you feel that they are starting to build a little bit, those three?
Well, I mean, you have Fix Werenski that, he's been called up, and Bethia. I mean, those guys spend pretty much a whole year in the American League, and now you're facing an elite hockey team in the NHL, and the opposition has been really elite. So it's an adjustment, and it's up to them to make it work. But yeah, chemistry is built over time, and they have just a little amount of time they've been playing together. So we'll see how it's going to go.
And it's not just those guys, but some other guys. The baptism by fire could be a better thing down the road.
Well, yeah, that these moments you're learning and you're watching the other team, and when we're going to look at the video, that's what an elite team does, and they play the right way.
As in a game that's out of hand, you got Olivier sticking up for Carson Meyer there. That says a lot about the unity that you've been trying to build here as well,
yeah,
right?
No, for sure. That's not an issue that we have. They really stick for each other, and whether it's 0-0 or a game like tonight, I know they will. So that's a positive sign.
Damon, just how tough is that team to slow down? Because their speed can be lethal. It appeared to be tonight anyway.
Yeah, no, that's a top team in the league, if not the best one right now, I think. So, well, they just have such a good mix of players, from the goaltending right to the first line, fourth line, the defense. They get how to play. They know how to play the right way, and they just they know what it takes to win. And they've been there before, so speed was a killer for sure, like you said. But just all around game, they were buzzing.
Yeah, you had a 3-1 after two. You feel like if you would have gotten one maybe early in the third, it could have been a different style of play in the third and given you more opportunity?
Yeah, it could have been for sure, but again, that's a team that just gets it. They know to keep coming, whereas that's kind of been a little bit of our MO throughout the year. When we go into a period with a 3-1 lead, we sit back a little bit. You saw what they did. They just come flying right at us, and you give them credit because it puts us back on our heels, and we're trying to put them on their heels and try to come back in the game. So yeah, like I said, they're just a good hockey team. We didn't play to our standards, and we definitely have to raise them. But yeah, they were firing on all cylinders tonight.
When you play against a team like that, though, do you feel like you almost need to be perfect, and every mistake could go the other way?
Definitely gets magnified against a team that transitions the puck like that can skate like that, make plays, and you know, you saw obviously the one goal on the power play, the way they can move the puck, and you know, when you get players and teams that have guys that have been together for a while, they understand where each other's going to be on the ice, and they kind of have that you know, sixth sense where they don't even have to look, and they understand where the guy's going to be. So again, they get it. That's a team that we should aspire to be one day. In this locker room, because like I said, they've been to that Stanley Cup, they've won it, and they know what it takes to win, and they just seems like they just keep getting better.
Damon, you talk about skating, and you guys are a good skating team, but when you go up against a team doing that tonight, does it again show, not just you, but the younger players here too, how much further you have to come in that element of the game?
Yeah, like their skating is elite for sure. They're at the top of the league, I would say. Defense, offense, you know, you look at their top two lines, they got just such a good mix of guys, and I feel like I'm kind of pumping their tires here, but they deserve it. And if we win this game tonight, we're going to be real happy, but they don't take nights off, it seems like, and no matter who's coming in their building, and they could easily look at the standing and see the last team in the East coming in and think it's going to be an easy night, but they played an NHL playoff-style hockey game, and they won it, and they dominated it tonight.
Damon kind of intimated that might have been the best hockey team you guys faced all year. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's a good hockey team. I don't think we played hard enough, especially in the second period. Didn't really give ourselves a chance for most of the game, but obviously they have some good players that made plays tonight, and you know, it's a good team all the way through.
We know how dangerous they can be offensively. What was limiting your opportunities on the other end to try and get a couple there?
Turnovers. I don't think we were playing direct enough, getting pucks behind their goal line, playing from there. We really just weren't sticking to our game plan. I think that's kind of the reason we didn't have success offensively tonight. They obviously have good defensemen too, and they, you know, some of the best in the league. So they definitely make it hard on us, but I thought a lot of it was self-inflicted tonight.
How much of it was just not being able to slow them down? That's such a fast team, especially in transition.
Yeah, I mean, when you turn pucks over, they're going to come with speed, right? I think you can slow them down by putting pucks behind them and making them come a full 200 feet. When you don't do that, it plays right into the game they want to play, and I think for the most part we kind of did that. You know, it's a good hockey team. They make it hard on you, but I don't think we did ourselves any favors tonight.
Even though you lose this game, you don't have to dwell on it that long because you have to play again tomorrow, although it's another quality opponent. That's really what this trip is like the whole way through.
Yeah, it's great for us. This time of year, obviously, teams are fighting for points, and pretty much every team we play is a playoff team from here on out. So they're fighting for seeding, home ice, all that stuff. So I think it's great for our group. Back-to-back, two tough teams, two tough buildings. We have to bounce back tomorrow, so we'll see how we handle it and respond.